Guys, it has been an absolutely crazy month so far, and kind of sad to see it coming to an end. Now, just because the month is ending doesn't mean that we're done making videos and coming out with amazing content, if I do say so myself. This is just the beginning. I think this month has actually sparked something that's really made me want to invest even more into following videos. Mid-morning roast for November was definitely something I needed. There are a lot of close calls, a lot of one-sided duels, but at the end of the day, we have learned so much more about Yu-Gi-Oh! And our gameplay has grown exponentially. It's a big word. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into our typical things. Starting off with, you guys already guessed it, how you brewing today, guys? I hope you are having a fantastic day so far. It is Thursday. I really wish we could have ended on a Friday. I almost pushed it to then, but you know, it's cool. How's it brewing? Let's go ahead and hop into our first here with today's mid-morning roast. Now, we're doing things completely different because, for one, it is the last day of November. And two, I recorded a bunch of footage already and realized that my mic was not on. So we're going to be playing the final duel second, and we'll be doing the first duel, well, right now, hopefully. Our goal for today, since we're playing Stardust Dragon, is to summon out Shooting Quasar Dragon. That is it. We're not trying to win or anything else. Just get out Quasar Dragon and call it a day. Let's see if we can actually pull it off though. It has been a massive uphill battle. Go ahead and Droll and Lockbird. Which cuts out the rest of his Max C. That would give us a level 2. Going to that. Use a field. If a warrior synchron or Stardust. This one a warrior or machine? It's a machine. A fiend, a fairy, a beast. You know what? I think, yeah, we can do this. It's in our grave. Yeah, we'll do this. Oh, this isn't a... No, this is a Stardust, so we should get its effect. Special summon that level 2 tuner. Yes, the tokens. That's what we wanted. Cool. Alright. Or the token one. Okay. From here. Can I not? That's right, it has to be a warrior or a machine. Oh, so many restraints on this one. And this card only works on Stardust monsters. Ooh, decisions. Do that. Get Baron. I forgot that effect. It's my bad. But we'll see how they play into it. That was cool though, the droll into Maxi. So they just canceled each other out. He did get one draw off of it, so he did still come up even. But I canceled everything after that, so I was still able to follow through with the rest of my combo. We'll see what they do here. Kaiju. Nice. Because it's a tribute, I couldn't actually, like... it's not the worst thing in the world. That's kind of bad. And it's a fiend, so I can't do much work with it. No, and I don't want to use that because then that puts a guaranteed monster that I don't exactly want right now on top of my deck. I forgot this thing had restraints for either warrior or machine. Nice. Ouch. I'll play it now. Now, what do I actually need right now? You're out, that'd be a level 2. Or I could bring you out. Get level 4. Unless they can negate this. Call by? I also had one other trick up my sleeve, but hoping not to have to use that so soon. Oof. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of damage. Good gravy. All right, I've gotta move. Like, no, that is not something I just want to sit through. We're gonna increase your level. Go crazy with it. Okay, wait. You. Which one do I actually need? You. Alright guys, here we go. Get a draw here. Add some junk to our hand. How do I get the last card I need? Ooh, perfect. Oh, normal summon one synchrons. Oh. I'm so close to what I need for this. If I do this. I'm thinking. If I send that to the grave, it drops it to level 5. If I drop that, it drops it to level 3. Yes! Right, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it won't be enough. Oh, I ran out of time. I think we can still make up for it though. Oh, should I have done that actually? Oh, I should have. I should have used Baron's effect. There's no monster that you can special summon. Yep. Nope. We're gonna get it, guys. We are going to get it. No! Leave! We had it. If I had used Baron's effect and brought back Charge Warrior, we would have had him on the field. Guys, no. So you guys already know that we are playing Stardust Dragon. And I think I mentioned in the first half of the video that, yes, I forgot to record for this. So this is a voice over for the duel. We still have sound effects and everything, which in my mind is really funny. But I just completely forgot that like my microphone was not actually turned on and connected. But gameplay is going to be, you know, our typical startup. Which actually... no, scratch that. This one was a little different. I remembered it starting slightly different from this. Typically, I'll have some way to get my Stardust Synchron onto the field, or I'll have something that will combo well with like Junk Synchron, getting a level 2 into the grave to special summon it out through Junk Synchron to get Junk Speeder. Essentially, I know that other people will use Synchro decks and they will synchro combo with other monsters besides Speeder, but in my case, Speeder is the easiest, the simplest to get out onto the field and to really get things going. There are definitely other ways to do it, like through Resonators. That one's really fun. I just find that it's more limited to what you can do with it. And it can be a lot riskier, in my opinion. Speeder, as long as you get that one effect off, you're usually fine. Resonator, it can kind of rely on a few effects being able to go through. But the more effects that you have that need to go through, the more likely you are to run into a card that can stop that specific ability from happening. But yeah, this start, I really wasn't sure where exactly I was going to go with it. I thought it was a dead end. Which, you know, in a sense it was. But Cupid does have some fairly decent abilities in terms of being able to get damage relatively high. And then also some of the follow-up capabilities, which you'll see in just a second. But we get to the opponent's turn and I'm like, alright, you know, at this point, I don't really have that great of a field made and set. Time Lords is never fun. They're basically, you know, they stall you out, they deal chip damage. At this point, I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna get burned. Usually what they'll do is they'll kind of just slowly, steadily chip away at different, at your different cards on the field. They can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, so the only really out for them is sending them back to the hand, or I think banishing them works. They might actually be unaffected by card effects as well. But through getting out my level 4, I could I could special summon from the grave, which gets Doppel Warrior out. And from this point, honestly, like, the world is kind of my playground. Through Axel? Yeah. Through Axel Stardust, I could bring a level 2 tuner back onto the field. Through Cupid, I would just already have a tuner, and then I could use other monsters on the field to synchro summon again. And by what's the word I'm looking for? This is so different, like commenting after the fact that the fight has happened and not during it. But because of Doppel Warrior and the level 4, cannot think of his name, Gadget, I believe, something Gadget, I could bring a level 2 onto the field and then 2 level 1s. None of them are tuners, and that's actually something that I wanted because I summoned out Axel Stardust. I was also able to special summon a level 2 or lower tuner. So I bring Satellite, right? Yeah, Satellite from the grave back to my field, and now I can cook. I can do absolutely whatever I want. I get my 1 draw off of Stardust Road. I can't remember if that's what it's called or not, which allowed me to grab a tuner, put it in my hand, a card goes to the grave. Typically when I use that, I will bring Junk Synchron to my hand, but I've already done my normal summon, so I wouldn't be able to use his effect anyway. I use Satellite Synchron, bump him up to a level 4, so I only have to use 1 of my level 1 tokens to bring out Speeder. Through Speeder, I will be able to get all of my tuners. Well, I've actually kind of blocked part of the field off, so I only am able to get 2 tuners out onto the field. And I believe I picked Junk and Jet. There's Jet and... yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that's what I would have picked. And you'll understand why in literally like 2 seconds. Junk has a interesting effect with him being a junk tuner, or having the word junk in his name. So I summon out Formula Synchron, and because I used... yeah, I didn't necessarily need to... oh, no, that was a good call still. But because I use Jet Synchron as material, I'm able to bring a junk monster from my deck to my hand. And the effect of Junk Servant is if you have a monster on the field with the name Junk in it, you can special summon him out to your field. Now, I did have almost had a slight misplay because I used Starlight Road. I'm pretty sure it's called Starlight Road. So I had to special summon out a tuner onto the field. So I had to do a few things to kind of clear my board a little bit and make some space because I wanted to get my boss monsters out. My boss Stardust monsters. So I summoned Cupid, and Cupid's a tuner, so it'll be good to have on the field. I can always, use it as material to summon out something else. I feel like it gets kind of slept on. It's a really decent card, especially just at the fact that, you can vary levels, and it starts at something so low as a level 4 and can easily bounce between like 2 and 6. Those are really good numbers for synchro summons, in my opinion. Others might, have better luck with other cards, but I think 2, 4, and 6 are the greatest numbers for synchro monsters. Slightly excluding like Junk Synchron. Junk Speeder, sorry. He's a slightly different case, but that's because he plays in more with Junk Synchron. But I go ahead and I get Stardust out, use him to synchro summon Shooting Star. I can use Shooting Star, instantly get rid of him, and use Majestic Dragon and get out my boss monster. Which, okay, I'm sorry if the commentary or commenting is not the greatest on this, but guys, I was having so much fun with this. the fact that he is using Time Lords, and I just assumed that he was going to kind of stall me out and, like, you know, sort of have not gimpier things on the board, but things that would board break. Something like Mirror Force. Oh, what's the other one? It's another Mirror Force, but it like sends Drowning, I think. Drowning Mirror Force sends everything back to the hand. Torrential Tribute that blows up all monsters on the field. When someone summons a monster. What's the other one I'm thinking of? There's one that banishes everything that goes to the grave. There's so many things where I was just like, alright, he could pull this next turn and it may very well just lock me out of a lot of my combos. So for me, this was like, alright, it is crunch time. He wasn't able to absolutely lock me out off of my first turn, so I lucked out. But that means that I cannot make a mistake and let him live another turn. So you guys have seen I've just been synchro summoning after synchro summon, and I've gone through a lot of my materials and such. But I'm still not done. Technically speaking, I could have done a little bit more if I had tributed Speeder for Stardust Synchron, because I believe that that would bring back out the Stardust level 4, I can't think of its name, but that would come back from the grave onto the field. I could get a new level 8 out. No, there's so many things, guys. I could use Baron at the end of my turn if I don't attack. I could use Baron at the end of my turn, bring back Formula. Formula's quick effect is synchro summoning, so I could have on their turn synchro summoned out a different level 10, which probably would have gone with Satellite. Satellite can pop cards on the field, and for every card he pops, he gets 1,000 attack. So I could have waited for him to just, you know, stack up stuff on his field and just pop it all at once. But no, I am interested or intrigued by people who play burn decks and how often they actually work, because I've been beaten by them like a decent number of times. So it's not like I see them pop up here and there and I go, oh, okay, you know, I already know that that doesn't work. No, like, they work, but in terms of, you know, like win ratio, I'm wondering how that really looks. I'm thinking it's like maybe like a 1-2, 1 win for every 2 losses. I think that would be close enough to where, like, if that happened to me, I would actually be okay with it. I'm like, okay, you know, it doesn't happen every time I play it, but it happens often enough that I'm actually like, no, it has to be like 2-1 to actually be like climbing through the ranks and such. Because I think if you lose in Platinum, it adds a fight that you have to win again. So you'd have to be like winning 2 fights or so. Yeah, I think you have to win 2 out of 3 fights or so to keep moving through Platinum. So one thing I will say here, you know, I always talk about, like, when it comes to like the end of a fight, I hate it when people don't just, like, you know, take me out and get rid of me and like let the fight be over. But this is our last video in the November series, so I wanted to see like what all I could really do. And I'm gonna be honest, I misplayed a bit. I could have had a more interesting combo here, but I kind of got, as some would say, lost in the sauce. I should have done Ghost, brought that to the field, and paid the cost, or tributed Ghost to to bring out Stardust. Oh yeah, it is Trail. But I should have paid the cost to bring out Stardust Synchron to also have gotten. Wait, no, never mind. I'm dumb. I didn't need that. I have a Stardust Dragon on the field, so it automatically pops Trail differently. I forgot about that. Never mind, guys. Never mind. I was smart. I was smart. I was doubting my past self. I could change his level, but that doesn't really do much. I could have changed him to a level 7 and then gone with the Stardust Tuner. But at this point, I was just getting afraid of running out of time and inevitably like throwing the duel right at the very end and being like, oh, yep, I brought it down to like the last like 15 seconds and then lost the duel because I couldn't throw a punch. I really wanted to summon out one last thing, but I couldn't find any pathing in my mind. I'm definitely thinking about switching some of the synchro monsters in my extra deck. Chaos Angel doesn't really go super well in this deck just because Chaos Angel needs like lights and darks, and my deck has primarily like wind type monsters, some light monsters, but yeah, mostly wind, some rock and fire. So it doesn't necessarily balance out the way I think it should for using Chaos Angel, but you know, I'm sure other people have found better ways of using other synchro monsters, still getting a combo like the one I use to get out boss monster Stardust Dragons, and still being able to use lights and darks. But yeah, I definitely prolonged the fight a little longer than I needed to. Also kind of wanted to see what it was that they might have been able to do, if they could do anything. But it's pretty much over at this point. So before I kind of pass things off back to myself again, I do want to thank you guys for all of the support that you've given throughout this month and the previous month. The mid-morning roast, just doing these weekday videos, has really been good for me to do. I'm doing it, you know, not as if it's a job or out of like obligation, but it is a hobby. So like, it's not something that I feel like I have to do, but having people also jump in and, you know, comment on things, like videos, it really does make me feel like it is becoming a bit more than a hobby, while still remaining a hobby. And to explain a bit, just the fact that like, if you guys are really enjoying this, like, it'll still always be a hobby for me, but like, it's so much greater being able to enjoy something with other people. Like, I can't tell you how much it means to me that like you guys are engaging in videos and just really having a good time with the content. And yeah, it encourages me not only to keep doing what I've been doing, but also to be more encouraging and motivating to you guys. But yeah, we're far from finished. I might slow down a little bit towards the middle of December, but after that, throughout the end of the year, we should be chock full of content. But I hope you guys have really enjoyed the month of November. It has been crazy just going through all of this with you guys. I don't know if this will be like if it'll be something that we do every so often throughout the year, or if we just want to do it in the month of November. Personally, I wanted to do something like this for December, but I want to make it slightly different. But but it's gonna be something along the same lines. I just haven't figured out how exactly I want to play it out for you guys just yet. But I've spoken for long enough. I've been Coffee Bean, and you'll either see this in the middle or at the end of the video. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. Take care. Until